Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. It's JessicaFitBeauty. If you're new here, welcome. I hope that you will subscribe to become a part of my YouTube familia. If you're coming back, welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing out and reviewing the Nars Radiant Longwear foundation. I almost said concealer, but we're going to see how this works. I'm going to do one side with a primer and the other side without, and I'm going to take you guys along with me to school for a very long day. So if you guys want to see this video and see what I think of this foundation, just keep on watching. Okay, so today I'm going to be trying out the Nars Radiant Longwear foundation. It is said to last for 16 hours, giving you a flawless, radiant, natural look. They said it's supposed to look like your skin without feeling over cakey or heavy on the skin. I have been trying this out for the past week. I want to give a shout out to my girl Alyssa at the Nars counter in downtown Portland, Nordstrom's. If you guys are looking for Nars, make sure you go see her. She is an amazing artist and will take really good care of you. So this foundation does retail for $49. It has 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty standard, so that is a pretty good deal across the board for a high-end foundation. I have been wearing this for the last week, like I said, and really giving it a try, wearing it to school every day, and I can tell you it is a beautiful foundation. But today I want to try something a little bit different. On half of the face, we're going to use the YSL Touche Eclat primer, which you guys know has become like my holy grail primer. I love it. And on this half, I'm going to do no primer. And the reason why is because the first ingredient in this foundation is dimethicone. Dimethicone is primarily used in primers, and it is a silicone. So it's going to help fill the pores and kind of glide across the face. So I want to see if there's any difference without a primer, with a primer, in how it lasts, and really give it its true wear test for 16 hours on this half of the face, in comparison to this side of the face, which is going to have the Touche Eclat primer on it as well. I do know how those two interact with each other, as I wore it basically all last week to really give it a try, to know if I really like this foundation, because I feel like just wearing it one time doesn't necessarily always tell me if I love this foundation, and I want to make sure that I'm always giving you guys the best information based on my reaction to it, if I had any breakouts, if it was something that I loved. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on into this thing. Like I said, up first I'm going to take the Touche Eclat primer. I'm just going to take a little bit in my hand right here and apply it to this side of the face, which by the way is the left side of my face. Gosh, I love this primer. It just makes my skin feel so flawless after I put it on. And now I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Nars Radiant Longwear foundation, and I'm going to take a little bit and first apply it on this side. And I am in the color Patagonia, just so you guys know. I was color matched at the Nordstrom's here. And really, honestly, I feel like I can just go ahead and put it all over the face. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I felt like I needed to put it on one side first and then the other. But let's go ahead and blend in this side first. Kind of see where it goes. Of course, I'm using my Flower Beauty blender, which I don't think it's a beauty blender, it's just a beauty sponge, because you can't technically call it a beauty blender because Beauty Blender has a patent on that. I'm going to use it on my eyes too, so you guys can see how well it covers for just a foundation. And then we'll go ahead and do the other side of the face. Okay, so my initial thoughts on how this foundation went on, you guys can see like I am a blank canvas. It looks so good on film, and it really does look super good in person. It is a beautiful foundation. This half does have the YSL Touche Eclat, and I can tell by looking up closer that my pores are definitely filled in a lot more than they are on this side. It's not like a huge crazy amount that it's awful looking on its own. I just feel like this primer side does give me a little bit more oomph coverage in the pore area, because that's how I like it. So if you're someone who wears a primer with your foundation, you may still really like a primer with this foundation. If you do not wear primer with your foundation, you're going to really like this foundation, because I think that the fact that it has the dimethicone naturally gives it more of that pore filling type technology. I'm going to stick with what I know and I love and I know that works. I'm going to use the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer in Custard, because I love this stuff. I'm almost out actually, and I'm like, oh, I picked up up some more. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it right here like I normally do. A little bit down the nose as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and work everything in using the sponge. And then I'm gonna go in with the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick by Benefit and apply this onto my contour spaces. And then work everything in with the sponge again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup off camera. I'll come back and then we'll give you my final thoughts on how I feel like this went on so far. And of course, we're gonna do some check-ins a little bit later. Hey guys, so I just got home and I'm so sorry I didn't check in today. It's been a busy day. I'm trying to get ready for assessments out of the classroom and onto the floor. So I'm super focused on what I have going on and it just slipped away from me. The time is now 9:10, if you guys can see that. 9:11 just changed on me. And just kind of want to go over the face. So this is the side that did not have the primer on. And I don't know if you guys can see, but it's definitely separating here, whereas it didn't separate here. I can see it separating on my nose and around my mouth as well. So I do think that the foundation overall wears a lot better with a primer. So I don't know about it being a true 16-hour wear without a primer underneath. I'm definitely primer obsessed lately and really in love with the YSL Touche Éclat primer. I know I can't say it enough. It's really become like my ride or die. I do have dry skin, so I like the feel of the dimethicone that is in the product, which is a silicone. There is also dimethicone as the #1 ingredient in Nars. So again, I think I've stated this before, if you have really oily skin or tend to get clogged pores or pimples, I personally recommend staying away from it. It may break you out more or clog your pores further. If you have dry skin or mature skin, I think that Nars is a great new foundation. It is truly radiant. I've heard some people say that it makes them excessively oily. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that it's heavy on my skin. It just feels really dewy and I feel like it keeps me looking youthful and radiant, so I'm happy about that. Overall, I give this foundation a thumbs up. I actually really have a cocktail that I started mixing and I love it so much. It is the Nars and the Armani Luminous Silk. I think it's so beautiful. I also did see that, coincidentally enough, that Katie or Lustrelux does the same thing. She mixes hers. She does a little bit differently though. I think she does like one down the center and the other on the out part. I just like to mix the two together. It kind of shears out the Nars a little bit more. Nars is full coverage. They say medium to full, but I really do think it's a pretty full coverage foundation. I think you can kind of shear it out a little bit too, but overall it's full. So anyway, now that I've rambled on, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and I look forward to making more of these for you. If there's any specific foundations or concealers or any new mascaras or anything you want me to review, please let me know down in the comment section below. And until next time, we'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.